What's up, family? Man, I want to have a heart to heart with you guys today. Man, this is going to get deep. Some of you are going to get triggered. Some of you are going to get pissed. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? We have to grow up. We're going in today. I promise you that. We're going to go in today. And again, you already know it is what it is. And it's going to be what it's going to be. Man, but before we get started, man, I want to share an experience that I had with you today, man, that just blessed my soul. You know what I mean? There's this young lady that, man, she's just a little older than I am, actually. She just blessed me, just beautiful soul. She blessed me with this gift. She knew that, man, I was leaving, and she just wanted to give me a token of appreciation and stuff. And so she had a little bag, brown bag, and I'm just show it to you guys what it was. So I opened it up. She's like, you got to open it in front of me. So I opened it up, and it's a little box. Um, the little is it, pocket watch with a compass on it, and that blew me away when I saw it. Again, as a Freemason, if you know anything about Freemasonry, man, a compass is significant to Freemasons. Um, and so I opened it up and looked at it, it's a stopwatch, and it just blessed me because I've never had a stopwatch. I didn't know that um, I had an impact on this lady's life like this. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And so um, it's like, man, do you mind if I give you a hug? Man, I'm just blown away. And so she was like, yeah, gave her a hug. And then she was like, okay, you got to read the card. And so the card, here's the card. It says, to Elijah, thanks a whole bunch. Good luck in all your endeavors. It's been a pleasure having you at the center. May you always have time to travel and know your way. And that's the significance of the compass. Again, the compass guides you and keeps you on the right track so that you never get lost. Stay with me, we're going somewhere. And so as I sat there and I'm just blown away by the gift, blown away by what she wrote in the card, and just not understanding that, man, this person saw me that way. You know what I mean? This person, man, I didn't know that I had an impact on this person's life in this capacity, that me being gone would matter to them at all. So many of us will never heal, and we haven't healed, and we won't heal because we're so fixated on what somebody else has done to us. Oh, we're going in now. And again, it is what it is. You know what I mean? The great majority of us will never grow the fuck up, and we haven't grown the fuck up because we keep focusing on what this person did. This person dogged me up. This person did it, and I went to and you just don't know the pain and the suffering and that. I don't need to know the pain and suffering that you've gone through. All I need to know is you haven't healed, and you won't heal until you grow the fuck up. And growing the fuck up means you have to stop being a fucking victim. Growing the fuck up means you have to stop, take a time out of pause, and sit there and say, okay, you know what? Yes, it hurt. Yes, it broke my heart. Yes, I lost money. I lost whatever the fuck it is you lost. But you have to stop looking at it from the perspective of what you lost. As long as you keep looking at it from a perspective of what you lost, you will always be a fucking victim. And you're never going to heal. And you're never going to reach your full potential. And I don't give a damn what you're talking about. I don't give a damn how many tarot cards you read, how many charms you do, and all this other. But you'll never reach your full fucking potential being a fucking victim. And as long as you keep being fixated on what somebody did to you, you're going to be a fucking victim. And that's all you ever be in life, is a fucking victim. A victim to your fucking circumstances. You know what I mean? A victim to the narcissist that was in your life. A victim to your ex-husband, your ex-wife, whoever it is that dogged you out. That's all you're ever going to be, is a victim. You cannot be a true chosen one. You cannot be a true child of God being a fucking victim. It is what it is. It is what it is. Why can't you be a victim? I mean, why can't you be a chosen one and a child of God being a victim? Because you're not on the right fucking frequency. Because you're on that low vibrating frequency. And I don't give a damn what you're talking about. You could know all the spiritual cliches to say. You can have all the right stuff to talk about. You can burn sage all the fuck you want to. You can rock all the fucking crystals you want to. You're still vibrating on a fucking low frequency. You have to grow up. You have to heal. And we won't heal because we'll never resolve the fucking issues. We won't heal because we'll never learn the fucking lessons. And if you never learn the lessons, you'll never receive the blessings. Let me say it again, let me say it differently. Every situation we go through, and I don't give a damn what it is, every situation we go through, there's a blessing in that situation. Every situation we go through, no matter how traumatic, no matter how painful, every situation we ever experience in life is for a reason. There's a lesson attached to that situation. There's a lesson attached to your brokenness. There's a lesson attached to you being rejected and abandoned and beaten and abused and violated and went through every fucking thing you've gone through. There's a lesson attached to it. But the great majority of us are fucking ignorant ass fucking victims, and we gonna say the lessons. These fucking narcissists and these fucking energy vampires. No, you ain't fucking grown. You ain't fucking woke. You ain't fucking deep. You're a spiritual fucking kid. I don't give a fuck how old you think you are. You're a fucking child in growth and development realm. You're a fucking kid when it comes to spirituality. I don't give a fuck how long you've been doing this. Grow the fuck up. As long as you look at them, that's God, source, universe's way of showing you you ain't fucking healed. That's God, universe, source's way of showing you you ain't all that yet. You ain't. That's God's source's way of showing you you're a fucking kid. You're a 50, 60, 70, 40-year-old fucking kid spiritually, emotionally. Because you won't grow the fuck up. You won't do the work. And here's the trick. You can meditate all you want to. You can burn all the sage you want to. You can listen to all the high vibrating frequencies all you want to. You can rock all the fucking crystals you want to. You could ground and walk barefoot in the sand and the beach and the dirt and the grass, all that stuff you want to. You could sit out there and sun gaze and moon gaze and drink you some moon water and all this other shit you want to do. And I'm not knocking that stuff. That's awesome stuff. I'm not knocking that. But that's not doing the fucking work. That's not doing the fucking work. Doing the fucking work is sitting there in the fucking pain and the trauma, sitting there in the frustration and the brokenness. Okay, God, I ain't going nowhere. I'm stuck in this fucking situation. I'm stuck in my brokenness. I'm stuck in my confusion. I'm stuck in my suicidal thoughts. I'm stuck in my pain and my anger and my hatred and my animosity and my bitterness. And I'm stuck right here. And the truth is, I can't go beyond this until I deal with this. I can't heal until I deal with this. The fact that I'm depressed, the fact that I'm suicidal, the fact that I'm angry and bitter and unforgiving and all these things are God's way of showing you you're on the wrong fucking frequency. You're not on the frequency of healing. You're not on the frequency of growth and development. And it don't matter what you talk about. It don't matter how many cards you shuffle. It don't matter how many card you pull. It don't matter what your fucking pendulum says. You're not on the path of growth and development. You're not. You're not even on the right fucking frequency. This is why you can't heal. This is why you can't move beyond where you at. Because you're on the wrong frequency. And you're on the wrong frequency because you won't sit there and get in alignment with God and understand the lesson. The lesson is not about don't trust these fucking narcissists and they're you missed the fucking boat. You missed the fucking lesson. Now you're gonna stay stuck on stupid until you grow the fuck up. You can read all the books you want, you can watch all the YouTube videos you want. You're gonna stay stuck on that fucking toxic ass frequency until you learn the fucking lesson. And the lesson is never about somebody else. And if that's what you learned from your experience, you didn't learn the fucking lesson. If all you got out of your situation with your ex-husband, your ex-wife, your baby mama, your baby daddy, that toxic ass work environment, or whatever the fuck it is that happened to you, if all you fucking learned was something about they negative toxic ass, their draining ass, you did not learn the fucking lesson. At all. You completely missed it. You failed that class. You felt that experience. And you can keep going through it. You're never going to get beyond it. See, God, Source, Universe, the Most High, they're not like in America, you know what I mean? Or we just don't give a fuck about kids. You know, no child left behind. Your ass is fucking stupid as fuck. You won't do no homework. You won't study. You can't pass shit. But we just gonna move your ass on to the next class. We just gonna move your ass on to the next grade because we don't give a fuck about your growth and development. We don't give a fuck about your education. We just don't want you in 5th grade no more. So we gonna send your ass to the 6th grade teacher and let her deal with your stupid, ignorant ass. That's what we do here in America. I don't know what about the rest of the world, but here in America, we got this no child left behind. Everybody gets fucking passed. That's not how God get down. God don't give a fuck how long your dumb ass been in 1st grade. You gonna keep your monkey ass in 1st grade until you grow the fuck up and learn the fucking lesson. In the conversation. It ain't up for debate. This is not a fucking democracy. God don't give a fuck how you vote and how you feel about the subject. He's not passing you and moving you on just because you feel bad. Because you've been in 1st grade 5 years. And now all your friends has passed you up. All your friends have left your ass. God don't feel sorry for you. And he's not moved by your fucking emotions. He's not moved because you sitting there crying and you batting your eye and poor God and woe is me and life's not fair and got you know my mama just died and got you know my daddy's got cancer. God don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That ain't got shit to do with you and your growth and development. You're going to keep your dumb ass right there until you grow the fuck up. You can't emotionally manipulate God. You can't spiritually manipulate God. You can't say 5 Hail Marys and think God give a fuck about that bullshit. You can have all the bees you want. You can say all the fucking rosaries you want. You can say all the Hail Marys you want. You can pray as much as you want to. You can fast, do all that shit you want to. God don't give a fuck. You will not pass go. You ain't passing go in the conversation. You're going to stay stuck right there until you grow the fuck up. Until you learn the fucking lesson. until you learn the lesson. And then when you finally learn the lesson, you'll receive the blessing that's attached to the lesson. We so back asswards. We want God to bless us. And God is saying, I did bless you, but you got to receive the lesson first. I did bless you. I blessed you in this fucked up environment you grew up in. I blessed you in this toxic ass shit you just went through. I blessed you when you just went through it. I blessed you. I blessed you when they violated you. I blessed you when they dogged you out. I blessed you when they abandoned you, when they rejected you, when they robbed you. I blessed you when they sexually molested you. I blessed you when they raped you. But your dumb ass won't understand and don't want to understand the lesson because you want to sit there and be a fucking victim. And woe is me, and I shouldn't have to go through this, and I don't know why I have to experience this, and this is not bad. Okay, sit your whining, crying ass right there until you grow the fuck up. God don't feel sorry for you, and I don't feel sorry for you. I don't give a fuck what you're going through. I don't feel sorry for nobody. Nobody. Why? Because there's a lesson attached to that circumstance. It's something that you need to experience, something you need to grow through. But your crybaby ass don't want to grow up. Your crybaby ass want to just sit here and be a fucking victim and pout and whine and cry and talk about how life ain't fucking fair. You keep your monkey ass right there in that low vibrating frequency. See how far that gets you in life. See how far that gets you in your growth and development. See how far that gets you in your healing process. You got to grow the fuck up. And it ain't easy. That's why the great majority of us never get there. That's why the great majority of us never do it. Because it's easier to stay distracted. It's easier for us to be bitter and toxic as fuck, mad as fuck, blaming everybody else for our fucking pain and suffering. It is what it is. I'm not minimizing the pain and suffering you've gone through. We all go through pain and suffering. Hell, I've gone through a lot of pain and suffering. Life is hard for chosen ones. Ain't shit easy about being a real chosen one. Everybody can't walk this fucking path. Everybody want to be a chosen one until it comes time to put in the fucking work. Everybody want to be a chosen one until it's time to grow the fuck up. Everybody want to be anointed and appointed and so special and have all these fucking labels. But don't nobody want to put in the fucking work to grow the fuck up. To be a real beacon of hope and love. Oh, we going there today, and it is what it is. You guys already know. Man, I give two fucks about what you think about it. You know what I mean? It don't matter. Grow the fuck up. You were raped as a kid. I get that. I was molested twice, the age of 6, by dudes in the fucking church. I know life ain't fucking easy. I saw my daddy at the age of 2 murder my mama, stabbing her 49 motherfucking times. Life ain't easy. Life ain't easy. It ain't easy. So when I get on here and I talk about this stuff, about growing the fuck up, and I don't give a fuck about what you're going through, I've gone through some shit. I buried a brother due to colon cancer. And the next year, buried my wife due to breast cancer. Nah. Life ain't easy at all. Life's a bitch. It's a bitch. But here's the trick. As chosen ones, as real chosen ones, not these fake ass motherfuckers all over the place talking about I'm a chosen one and the motherfucker ain't doing shit. They life ain't reflective of shit. Other than the fact that they up here talking this talk, just like fucking Christians. Yeah. You going to hell and then all this other bullshit. And don't know what the fuck they talking about. Fucking completely clueless. You got a whole lot of quote unquote spiritual people that ain't fucking spiritual. They just say they spiritual because they rock crystals. They say they spiritual because they know how to read tarot cards and oracle cards and charms and pendulums and angel cards and all this other stuff. They say they're spiritual because they know the horoscopes. They know so much except how to grow the fuck up. They know so much except how to deal with their fucking issues. People in the church know so much shit other than how to deal with the fucking real issue. Don't come to me, tell me, oh, you just need to pray about it and just come to the throne of God and just talk to God and God's gonna fix everything. No, God ain't gonna fix everything. God's not gonna fix your fucking issues. You're gonna have to grow the fuck up and face your shit and learn the fucking lesson. God's not gonna take away the fucking issue until you grow the fuck up, until you pass the fucking test. And how do you pass the test? You pass the test by understanding the fucking lesson. What was I supposed to receive from this? How did I, how is this going to help me grow up? How is this going to help me be a better person? What do I need to understand about me? Not anybody else. I don't need to understand why this person molested me. I don't need to understand why my daddy murdered my mama right in front of me. I don't need to understand why my wife took off and went back to her ex-boyfriend who was beating on her and cheating on her and all this other stupid ass. I don't need to understand. That's fake bullshit. I just need to understand, okay, what am I supposed to learn from this? And not about them. What am I supposed to learn about me through all of this pain and through this trauma? See, but we want to point the finger. That bitch ain't shit. That's why she cursed them. And and I hope everything she touched goes to dust. We want to do all this stupid ass shit except for grow the fuck up. We got all this shit to say except for, man, ooh, I learned a lot about me. Man, I've been homeless a couple of times and I learned a lot about me. I've had my heart broke a number of times, but I learned a lot about me. See, we don't want to do that. We want to talk about the bitch that broke our heart. We want to talk about the bald-headed bastard that did you wrong. You want to dog your baby daddy out? You want to dog your ex-husband out? And that motherfucker cheated on me and he hooked up with this motherfucker half my age and and I gave that motherfucker the best years of my life. I had 4 kids by him and You ain't learned the fucking lesson. And you're never going to receive the blessing. And you're never going to move beyond where you're at. It is what it is. You're never going to move beyond that. You can go to church all day long you want to. Every day, 7 days a week. You can pay all your tithes and offering. You can get up and preach. You can sing in the choir. You can do all that shit. But until you sit there and learn a motherfucking lesson, you're never going to grow beyond that. You're never going to heal. See, you know you've healed when you could talk about the situation and not be a fucking victim. When you could talk about the situation and have gratitude for the pain and the suffering and the chaos and the bullshit you went through. When you could truly, genuinely be grateful for the experience. Because you've learned so much about you that you never would have learned had you not experienced that. And so you understand, damn, that was a hard fucking lesson. Damn, I had to go through all of that shit to finally learn how to love me. I had to go through all of that shit to finally understand I got daddy issues, I got mama issues, I got low self-esteem, I got da-da-da-da-da and da-da-da, and I got that because of da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Okay. Whew. I get it now. I get it now. Man, I finally get it. I had an epiphany. I had an aha moment. The light finally clicked on. And so I'm no longer angry at my baby daddy. I'm no longer angry at my ex-husband. I'm no longer angry at my baby mama. I'm no longer angry at this motherfucker who did whoop to me. I thanked him. It hurt. It hurt. But I'm grateful for the lesson. I'm grateful for the lesson. Because attached to the lesson is the blessing. And what is the blessing? The blessing could be a number of things. But first and foremost, it's a greater self-awareness. It's a greater understanding of who you are. We have to grow up. The great majority of us don't know who we are, don't understand why we're here, because we've never learned the lessons at all. We won't learn the lessons. We don't want to learn the lessons. We don't want to dive deep. We don't want to reflect on what we've gone through. We drink, we smoke, we do all kind of shit to take our mind off of that. Because it's traumatizing. Because it's painful. Because you haven't healed. Because you haven't learned the lesson. It is what it is. Why haven't you healed? Why aren't you healing? Where are you still playing a fucking victim? How are you still playing a fucking victim? Something God had to show me. As long as you're still mad at somebody, as long as you're mad at somebody, you're playing victim. As long as you're angry that somebody did whoop, you're playing victim. As long as you're standing there in judgment of somebody else because they didn't meet your fucking expectations, they disappoint you, they broke your heart, they did it, you're playing victim. And that's not a God frequency. That's not a vibration God dwells on. So you can't be connected to God being on that vibration. You could talk God all you want to. You could talk Yahweh, the Most High, Jehovah. You could talk all that you want to. You're not connected to God because you're not on the right frequency. You're just talking. You're like the Pharisees and the Sadducees in the Bible. They got all the book knowledge, but they ain't got no fucking power. They got all this knowledge, but they ain't got no fucking power to change shit. Their life ain't reflective of shit. They're fucking hypocrites. They're lying and deceiving themselves and other people that listen to them. Why aren't you healing? Why aren't you healing? And I understand. And people are going, we all heal at different rates and different paces and different time and we'll do and all this other shit. Okay, I get that. And we do. We do. But the question is, what's making you drag the fucking boat? What do I mean by that? Why is it taking you 15, 20 years to heal from this? What's slowing up your healing? Because the only thing slowing up your healing is your fucking perspective of the situation. That's it. That's why it takes some people 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years to heal from something. It's not that they couldn't got healed earlier. It's just that they had the fucking wrong perspective. And they wouldn't grow the fuck up. They wouldn't do the fucking work. And they played fucking victim. They didn't want to learn the fucking lesson. So they prolonged their pain and suffering. They wanted to keep standing in judgment. And that prolonged their pain and suffering. They were violated as a kid, and they were mad and angry and hateful, and that prolonged their pain and suffering. They were abandoned and rejected by their daddy or their mama, and that prolonged their pain and suffering. Because they felt entitled to hold on to that fucking pain. And then they get mad at people like me that's talking to them. It's like, man, grow the fuck up. Face your shit. Deal with your shit. You don't want to hear that because you feel entitled to be mad and angry and this motherfucker did what and you just don't know how much that hurt you. I don't give a fuck how much it hurt you. I didn't come here to sit here and talk about how much that shit hurt you. I came here to talk to you about, man, we got to grow the fuck up. Stop prolonging your pain and suffering. If you don't like it, if you don't like feeling like this, if you don't like thinking like this, why do you keep doing it? Why do you keep prolonging it? You don't want to deal with your pain, but you don't like the pain. You don't want to deal with the trauma, but you don't like the effects of the trauma. You don't like the depression. You don't like the suicidal thoughts. You don't like the anger. You don't like feeling like you can't trust people. You don't like feeling helpless and powerless. But everything you keep doing keeps prolonging those fucking feelings. Everything you keep doing keeps prolonging those feelings, those thoughts, that pain, that suffering. Everything you've done to heal that up until this point has not worked. And yet you keep doing that. They say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. You keep trying to heal yourself. You keep trying to fix yourself by doing the same stupid ass, ignorant ass shit over and fucking over and over and over and over. And it ain't got no fucking better. You ain't fixed shit. You ain't healed shit. You have to change your perspective. You got to change your perspective of life. You got to change your perspective of the situation. You got to grow the fuck up. And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's a hard pill to accept, the fact that, damn, I've been carrying this shit since I was a fucking kid. Nobody made me carry this fucking pain this whole fucking time. I've been carrying my daddy issues, my mama issues, been molested and whoop doo doo. I've carried this shit forever. And I really didn't have to. I carried low self-esteem and self-hatred and guilt and shame and whoop doo doo whoop for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, and I didn't have to. You ain't got to carry this shit no fucking more. You carry this shit because you choose to carry it. You carry this shit because you won't let it go. You carry it because you won't grow the fuck up and learn the lesson. And because you won't learn the lesson, you can't let it go. It's impossible to let it go until you learn the lesson. It's impossible for God to just take it away from you until you learn the fucking lesson. So you keep carrying that shit. You've been carrying it. And you wonder why you're so angry and frustrated. You wonder why you're so just just I don't fucking care but no more. And I'm just so just, fuck life and da-da-da. And everything's negative. Because you got a lot of pain that you haven't let go of. Man, we got to grow up. We got to grow up. I hope and pray that I said something to bless you, to get the wheel spinning in your head. That, man, I can't keep doing the same shit. I can't keep thinking the same fucking way. Because that's not helped me at all. It hasn't helped you at all. You got to grow up. You got to change your perspective. Man, family, thank you for being with me on this beautiful journey we call life. I love you guys. Happy healing. Peace.